Hey everybody, welcome back. This is John with Thicker Liquor, and today is Thicker Liquor Out in the Country. I'm with my good friend Dan, and today we are in Wisconsin, southern
Kenosha County, Wisconsin.
Kenosha County, Wisconsin, and as you can see, this is not a green screen. This is a nice little country backyard that we have here, and today we are here to try Uncle Nearest 1884 small batch whiskey, which neither of us have ever tried.
No, it's Tennessee whiskey. And we were wondering what makes Tennessee whiskey, and how is it different from bourbon? And come to find out that there's not much difference. They just don't call it bourbon.
They just don't call it bourbon. Nowhere on here do they call it bourbon, but apparently a lot of the criteria and everything involved and the process and everything else is very bourbon-like.
In order to call it Tennessee whiskey, it has to be distilled in the state of Tennessee. And it has to go through a step called the Lincoln County process. Not sure what that is.
What does Wikipedia say about the overall about Tennessee whiskey?
Beyond the perceived marketing, this is from Wikipedia, perceived marketing value of the distinction, Tennessee whiskey and bourbon have almost identical requirements, and most Tennessee whiskeys meet the criteria for bourbon. They just don't call it that.
That's interesting because they also have, there's also bourbon that's made in Tennessee, which now you see bourbon from all over the place when it used to be Bourbon County, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And now there's bourbon from...
Yeah, bourbon can be made anywhere.
Now bourbon can be made... But it has to be made in the United States.
Yeah,
like
that's
Congress
true.
set that thing where now bourbon
That's
has
true.
to be made in the United States. So I'm excited about that because, we like bourbon. We like our bourbon, and this is something different we haven't tried. 93 proof. Now, according to Uncle Nearest... Now, first of all, Uncle Nearest... It says here that he was the first known African American master distiller, and that now that it's his great granddaughter that runs the show over there, and she's the master distiller.
That's correct. 5th generation.
Virginia Eady Butler.
Yep.
V. Eady Butler. 93 proof. We're going to give this a try, and here's what the notes say. This is what you're going to be looking for in the nose. Honey, brown sugar, cedar, orange peel, and tobacco flour, spices of ground ginger and white pepper. Now I've done a couple of these videos where they'll label like 7 or 8 things, and sometimes you just get like the one. They're like, oh, it's got honey and brown sugar and orange peel and everything else, and you're like, I just smell orange peel. I don't smell some of the other, the other stuff.
Right.
And then palate. Carameled, what is this? Yeah, balanced with spicy wood tannins, note of baking, chocolate, cigar leaf. I mean, that just makes you feel the bitterness, cigar leaf.
Some of those things, I don't know what they smell like. I don't think I've ever smelled tobacco flower.
Yeah, I don't know what the flower of a tobacco... I know what tobacco smells like, but I don't know if the flower is any different. Is anyone... If you know, put it in the comments below if you know what the difference of that. And then the finish is long and smooth. Now, I did a couple of videos where long can mean one thing to one bottle company and one thing to another, and for bourbon, normally I like it short. Tasteful, tasty, and then, gone. And this is like, again, with the cinnamon lingers, with dark chocolate, oak tannins.
I think the first taste is going to taste mostly like fire.
You think so? But
Yeah.
It's only 93 proof.
Whiskey production in Tennessee started with the emigration of Scotch-Irish from Pennsylvania and Virginia. President Andrew Jackson served Tennessee whiskey in the White House, a custom continued by James Polk. Filtering whiskey through maple charcoal was practiced as early as 1825 in Tullahoma. Through the process was likely used earlier outside of Tennessee, though the process was likely used earlier outside of Tennessee.
5 American whiskey types. You know what they are?
I do not.
Bourbon,
I know
rye,
that one.
bourbon, rye,
Should have known that one.
Tennessee. So this does qualify as an American whiskey. And then single malt, and then blended whiskeys.
Oh, okay.
So there are 5 American whiskeys, and right now we're gonna try Uncle Nearest 160-year recipe. Let's check it out. All right, we got our glasses poured here. Do you know where this was made?
Tennessee.
In Tennessee. Anywhere
Specifically Shelbyville, Tennessee. I'm not sure where Shelbyville is.
right across the street from Springfield.
I think it's near Springfield, I've heard.
This is what we got here. So first thing on a smell, what do you get? Remember what they were talking about with the million flavors. Sometimes you gotta let the alcohol like get through first. I smell like the ginger stuff. Because whatever it is, it's kind of licoricey. Like it smells.
I'm not getting past the alcohol right now. I'm going to have to taste it.
When you taste it, it might open the sinuses there a little bit.
Okay.
It smells like licorice to me. And it's sweet. You gotta admit it's sweet.
Yeah.
Overall, it's almost like syrupy a little bit. Right? It leaves you like...
It's not thick like syrup. It's
good. It's good like bourbon, but it gives you like the sensation like it's got some syrup in it or something.
Yeah, let me have some more of that.
The bite is very short though.
Yeah,
You're not zinging for a long
not
time.
the fire I thought there'd be. Yeah, it's much smoother. It's very smooth.
It's a little spicy, but it's not overly alcohol-y.
Yeah.
In your mouth. It's not like my mouth's on fire like I had drank some rubbing alcohol or nothing. I mean it's all in the after. It reminds me of kind of like what Scotch whiskey does a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Where you taste it for a while. Have anybody tried this? Anybody else tried this? Let me know if you have this or any of the other Uncle Nearest. Which Uncle George.
They serve Uncle Nearest at Uncle George's.
I'm sure they serve that.
A local place around here.
So anyway, really good. We're gonna work at it for a little bit and see, but I think this was a success. All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, Dan, for coming by and
My pleasure, John.
checking out this new bottle. We'll get a couple more whiskeys out here to try, and we'll catch you next time on Thicker Liquor.